Boomer Ranger Ron. November 15th, the opener of the Connecticut shotgun season here on public land for 2 weeks. The squirrels are in full rut, chasing each other all over the place. I did have 3 deer at 7:05 come in, and I think they saw me move, either grabbing this camera or they smelled me. But the wind seems semi-favorable in this spot. I don't want to be, there's another squirrel, I don't want to be facing into the sunrise and being fully exposed, so I'll stay on this side of the tree and I'll continue to look over my shoulder back in the other direction. It's an absolutely gorgeous day. It started out about 35 degrees, and I think I worked up a little bit of a sweat coming in here, but it's going to warm up to 51. It's going to be delightful, and I'm very optimistic. We're going to wait for a buck. With the success we've had this year with 2 does and a buck, 3 deer in the freezer, we have to wait for a nice big buck, and there is a 6-pointer. He's been on my trail cam, and that's the one we missed on September 15th on opening day of the archery season here. Stay tuned, folks. Hey, good morning, Boomers. Oh God, it's so exciting. This morning I came, this is the opening day of the Connecticut shotgun season. It's a 2-week season, November 15th, and I got busted early about 7:05. 3 deer were coming down this ridge over here, and I moved to get a camera. So they either saw me move or they smelled me, and they hightailed out of here. I kind of looked at that ridge and said, really should move up to that ridge because I think it's a main travel corridor. But instead, I stayed where I was before because I've seen a lot of deer here too. Anyhow, that was about 7:05, and it's now looks like about 8:30 right now, and I did see at least 2 bucks and 3 more does. I passed on the doe. The buck was hidden behind some trees. I grunted and the buck stopped. I did get a shot. Now watch carefully to the right of the screen, right about the center. You're going to see a doe come from right to left. I'm sorry I didn't have this thing zoomed in closer, but my setup wasn't ideal with the short tripod. Here she comes, right smack in the middle, just beyond that highlighted tree. You can see me moving, the shadow, getting ready for a shot, and I'm not exactly sure when I noticed there's 2 bucks on that ridge, the small 6 and a big 8, and I showed a lot of patience and diligence, and you're going to hear me grunt a couple of times. I'm not sure if I achieved the success in making him stop when I wanted him to stop, but you'll see just before, or hear just before I shoot, I did succeed in getting him to stop and look back at me. All right, sports fans. Success in the shotgun season. I honestly did not know how far away that deer was. My guess was 75 to 100 yards. I had been to range the other day and we were shooting perfectly. I didn't see it. I don't know if I got it on video. I'm pretty sure I didn't get it on video. Self-filming is tough. Hey boomers. All right, let's see if I can get this done right here. I just took a 100-yard shot. There's the blood trail. The deer did not go far, and much to my surprise, my first shotgun kill of the year. A nice, big, mature, I don't know how old he is, but he's a nice 8-pointer. GoPro battery's dead. None of the Tacticams work. What a season though. Let me just see if I could turn this around and finish recording. All I can tell you is a thrill and a half. He was 100 yards away. He was hiding behind some trees, and the doe was looking at me. So I beeped, he stepped out, I beeped again, and I drilled him. I did not shoot the doe. We already had some doe in the freezer, so you know what they say? Now the work begins. Got to get my backpack out and get my gloves on, get this guy processed. We're going to head down to the reservoir right there. I think that's the shortest haul. Then I'm going to try to get Tommy Siebel on the phone again, see if he can't bring his truck down here, because this puppy weighs 175 pounds if he weighs an ounce. All right, folks, what a season. Thanks. I put the shotgun mic on. So Boomer Ranger Ron here, out of gas, exhausted, right there somewhere by my hat. Why is that so hard to see? Right by my hat is an 8-point buck. My biggest of this year. Probably my biggest of my career. All right, so I'm going to set this camera down. It's small enough, and you can see me drag this deer over. That's what we're doing. At my age, you know, baby boomers need to take this in stages. So we put our gear down, and we travel with a lot of it. Here we go get the deer. We need a better drag system. This is the biggest buck I've ever dragged out, as you can tell. He's a bruiser. Look at him. Perfect 8-point typical. One-shot kill. Those Remington 260 grain. Those Remington 260 grain sabots, the AccuTips, it did him in. He did not run far at all. We're going to go down to the logging road and hope we can find my buddy Tommy Siebel from Aquarium so he could drive his truck down here. Otherwise, we got a long haul back. Stay tuned, folks. All right, boomers, this was a long haul, and I only just got to the logging trail. I've been trying to call my buddy who works for Aquarium, Tommy Siebel, because he's got a truck, and he's got a key to the gate. We're doing this just as easily as we can. Move the gear 25 feet, then move the deer. move the deer 25 feet, then bring the gear back up. So this is a monster buck, my first big 8-pointer this season, and frankly maybe in my career. I think my biggest prior to this was a 6 and a 5. This is definitely my biggest 8. All right, folks, little at a time. You know, boomers have to just go slow, don't overtax the heart, and try to get this guy back to the car. I may try to find a processor since I've already processed 3 this year. Stay tuned, folks. Appreciate you watching. It is opening day of the shotgun season, and I'm just taking a little bit of a break here because I dragged this guy, shot him at 9 o'clock. Probably started hauling him out at 10. It took a couple hours getting him off that ridge. I didn't want to come that way, which is real thick and nasty, and have to go through a muddy creek bottom. So instead, I came up the trail. I went down to the trail. I'm about 50 yards, maybe less than 50 yards, maybe 35 yards now to the parking lot where my truck is parked. It is shotgun season. Today's the opener. There was only one other guy here today, and I did hear him shoot once. I don't know whether he got anything or not. I wanted to play this video, record some extra footage for my YouTube channel. You hear all the shooting that's going on in the background. That's the Fairfield Police Department. They have a range, and they have to qualify. I think they have to qualify every quarter. They're burning up some ammo right now. Listen, they're doing rapid fire. There's no ammo shortage at the Fairfield Police Department right now. And I'm glad those guys are practicing just in case they ever have to get into a drill and they need to make something happen fast. I know they're trying, they're staying sharp. They're doing a good job, by the way. There's about 110 officers on the Fairfield Police Department right now. They do a terrific job. So this is a little reminder off to them. Shout out to the Fairfield PD. You're doing a great job, guys. The good news is the car is 50 yards away. The bad news is I still got to drive my new buddy here. I nicknamed him Ben. I'm pretty sure he goes 175 to 190, somewhere in that range. He's a nice 8-pointer, beautiful, typical. I don't know how old he is, but my wife suggested that I put a tarp around it. Maybe it would drag easier, but it seems to be dragging harder. I also wanted you to hear, this is Area 56 in Easton, where I drew a 2-week shotgun permit. There was only one other shot fired. It was the guy that was here. Now, whether he missed the deer or whether he got it, I can't tell you, but his truck is gone. You hear all that shooting in the background? It's quite a bit. It's quite extensive. That is the Fairfield Police Department qualifying. And I'm glad I chose not to hunt on that side because it's so nervous, so noisy and disrupting. The deer don't seem to mind, I guess, but I hunted on this ridge where I've been hunting with the crossbow most of the season. I know this pretty well, and I know where the trails are. These deer were headed right down the main trail. When I was coming out, I found scrapes and rubs. So it pays, it absolutely pays to scout.